It has been 7 weeks since a 2-day Sunshine Law trial involving Sarasota City Commissioner Susan Chapman. The case has already cost taxpayers nearly $350,000, and some say it's bound to rise much higher when the case is appealed. ABC 7's Ray Collins joins us with more on this story. Ray.
Haley, pending who you ask, it's either a matter of principle or a matter of how to use tax dollars. It's the case that has much of Sarasota waiting for a verdict. Did City Commissioner Susan Chapman violate the Sunshine Law when she went to a merchants meeting where another commissioner was present and an issue, the homeless, was discussed that would likely come before City Commission? It depends whom you ask.
And it does involve, really, a trend-setting interpretation of the Sunshine Law.
Dan Lobeck is a Sarasota attorney who believes Chapman is right to stand up for principle.
She's seeking to establish it doesn't violate the Sunshine Law to simply attend a meeting and hear your constituents and not engage in discussion. She's right on that view of the law.
We can't afford it.
Martin Hyde is a Sarasota taxpayer, and he is furious that Chapman's legal bill is already nearly $350,000, and he says there are bound to be appeals.
Even if she were to prevail, absolute certainty that there'll be an appeal, and there'll be an appeal because it would affect the constitutionality of the Sunshine Law.
So that would mean a higher court.
Absolutely. More cost, all on the city of Sarasota.
The other commissioner who was in that merchants meeting settled her lawsuit with Citizens for Sunshine without admitting guilt. Suzanne Atwill says it wasn't her job to pursue principle on the backs of taxpayers.
And if you go all the way to the Supreme Court, that'll get into millions of dollars. To me, I can't. That to me is an egregious use of our taxpayer dollars.
Meantime, it's clear to see Chapman is taking the Sunshine Law very seriously. We found a recent correspondence where the commission was invited to a chili cook-off, and she asked the city attorney if this required sunshine compliance. And Bob Fournier said no, since there won't be a discussion about a subject that might come before City Commission. We talked to Judge Eiton's assistant today, and she said there's still no word as to when he will rule in this case. Haley?
And Ray, if it's appealed either way, won't that still involve city tax dollars?
It very well could, but who has to pay could be a separate lawsuit altogether.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, Ray.